Hey, this is Homa from Homa Studio, and I thought it would be nice to do a quick video that just reviews vectors in Figma. Since I already did a pair exercise and covered a couple different things in there, I'd like to just go over vectors real quick. And this is an exercise or exercises that I do with Illustrator to people who are brand new to vector art. So let's get started. I'm in Figma, and I'm going to just hit a new design file here, which will just be a draft. If I want to name this, I could go here to Untitled. I'll just call it Rename, or I'll go to Rename. I'll rename it and just call it Vectors. And I'll put dash Heart Clover, because I always do a Heart Clover. I've done this forever, and it was from the old Quick Start guide for Illustrator back in Illustrator version 3 when I first learned Illustrator. Anyway, what we need here is we need a page or a frame. I like to use a frame. I'll go to Frame. I'll use Letter. And if you want to make it horizontal, you could just go over here. You could just click on the horizontal icon and make it horizontal. So I'm going to use that as my page, and I'm going to put a 6x6 inch square in the middle of my page. Now, if you're saying, oh no, it's pixels, how am I going to figure that out? I'll show you. It's really easy. I'm going to create a square. So I'll just use a rectangle here, and I'll just draw a square any size. And if I want it 6x6, I'll go over here to width, and here's a little math trick here. We're going to do 6 times, using the asterisk, 72. There it is. And then for the height, we're going to do 6 times 72. 72 pixels per inch will make 6 inches. There we go. If you want it centered on the page, just go here to this Align Center. If it's one element, it'll center it on the page, and then you can center it up and down. There it is, 6x6 rectangle or square centered on the page. Now, I didn't do anything to it yet. It does have these round corner things here that you can use. I'm not going to do anything with them right now, but I am going to go on this Edit button, and that'll let me edit the vectors. And this gives me some vector tools over here. I'm going to use the pen tool, and I'm going to hover over here, and it actually creates one right in the middle that you can click on. You see a little plus sign. I'll click on that. And this is the problem. When you do this, it wants to connect it. Just hit Escape, and then go back over here and click, and then hit Escape, and then go back over here, and then hit Escape, and go back over here and click, and hit Escape again. And now you have 8 anchor points instead of 4. Now, if you want to manipulate them, get off the pen tool, go to the Move tool, and bring these in. I'm just going to bring them in a little bit. We're going to take a star, and then we're going to convert it into a clover, like a SpongeBob looking clover. You'll see what I mean when I do it. So I'm just making this star here, like an Xbox looking kind of thing. And there's little guides that help you line it up if you want to. I'm not worried about that right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Bend tool, which actually works like the Convert tool in Illustrator. Because right now, if you click on one of these, I'll click on it with the Move tool. You can see it says no mirroring. Now, no mirroring is a corner point. Mirror angle is a curve point, and mirror angle and length is a curve point that has handles the same length. And that's nice because I don't think Illustrator has that where you can keep the handles the same length, except when you originally do it. So you can use either option there. Now, I'm going to use this as a Convert tool, and I'm just going to drag on here. Now, I think you can just click on here and click and do that, but instead of doing that, I'm going to Command Z and undo that. I'm just going to drag on it in a 45-degree angle and just kind of make something like that. Now, sometimes the handles disappear when you do it. And now you can see it's mirror angle and length. And I'll go over here and drag in a 45, and now it's mirror angle and length. That means the handles are the same length. I'll drag over here, 45, and then I'll go over here and drag in a 45. So I'm converting these corner points into curve points, or as they call them here, mirrored and mirror angled and no mirroring. That's the way Figma refers to them, but it's the same thing. So I have a little clover here, and then I could even go in the middle, and if I just click, it'll do that. Now I'll undo, and I'll just drag sideways. Now if you click on the whole shape, it'll move the whole shape. So you have to go right on the point, and I'll just drag sideways here, or horizontally, and if you hold shift, it'll stay straight. And I'll do one down here. I'll drag, hold shift, it'll stay straight. And I'll drag up here, and if you hold shift, it'll stay straight. And same thing over here. Drag it up, hold shift. There you go. It's kind of like a SpongeBob clover. That's what I was talking about in the beginning. Now we have all curve points here. If I go on my Move tool, you can see they're all mirror, angle, and length. Mirror, angle, and length. So they're all curve points here. So we converted all of them using the bend tool in Figma. And if you want to get rid of any of these or convert them back, you could go back and go on the bend tool, and I'll click here, one click, 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 click. These are all no mirroring now. You can see it says no mirroring. And then I'll go up here, click, 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 click. And if I wanted to remove those original points, I have to go back to my move tool, or the arrow as I call it, and just select it. And you have to do shift delete, shift delete. And I'll go in here, select it, shift delete. I think you can highlight on it too. So you could like drag a selection around it and then do shift delete, drag a selection, shift delete, and now it's back to a square again, and I'll hit done. So that's basically converting some points. In my next video, I'll do a heart to a clover, but I'll keep these videos real short. So in the next video, I'll show you how to make a new page and then how to convert a circle or an ellipse into a heart coming up.